Greetings, brothers and sisters. Free the land, all power to the people, and X's and Malcolm is the answer. I'm Zaid Muhammad, and I just want to say very briefly how apologetic I am that we are not able this evening to have the discussion that we were so looking forward to have. Yesterday was the 60th anniversary of Malcolm's most seminal message, the Message to the Grassroots, done at King Solomon Baptist Church in Detroit, Michigan, and organized by some brothers who would later lay the foundation for what became the new African independence movement. Um, and I was had the great fortune I can report to you to have been in the company of some of those folks who were there back in 1963, just last night in Detroit at King Solomon Baptist Church. But first, let me clarify this apology for some tech reasons that are beyond our control and that we haven't been able to rein in yet. We're not going to be able to have that conversation with Bill Sales. Bill, the incredible organizer, radical scholar who gave us the Malcolm X Speaks in the '90s conferences, and who gave us a hugely important book that we need to get back in print, uh, from civil rights to Black liberation, Malcolm X in the OAAU, an important political biography of Malcolm. Second, to join him in a very intergenerational way was Errol Henderson, who gave us The Revolution Will Not Be Theorized. And Errol is a son of Detroit and raised by many of the elders who were very much inspired by Malcolm during that particular moment in the early 60s when Malcolm was very much on the scene. So we look forward to being able to do that soon. We're trying to figure out how ways to use this particular platform more because this platform seems to be the most independent of the others. And we look forward to making this the teaching platform that we've always sought it to be. I'm hoping I can do a full story on what we did last night. Last night was hosted by none other than Malcolm X Grassroots Movement in Detroit, uh, spearheaded by a beloved elder, Shoshana Shakur, who is the sister of the late Chokwe Lumumba, Mayor Chokwe Lumumba, founding president of the New African People's Organization, Chokwe Lumumba, People's Warrior Laureate, Chokwe Lumumba. Um, and she had some incredible people there. So let me just give that a brief report and then we'll let you go. She had with us Brother Charles Simmons, and who was there on November 10th, 1963. She had Brother Luke Tripp, who was there in 1963, um, and several others. And these brothers were also came through several different formations that were important to Detroit's Black radical tradition at that time. It was an organization called Uhuru, it was probably the most militant Black student movement. Some of them came through that. Brother Simmons even also had ties to the Muhammad Speaks with Malcolm and the Nation, which I didn't know, right? Of course, there was Drum, the important organization, a revolution, and the League of Revolutionary Black Workers. All of those formations were in that embryonic mix back in the mid '60s, and that gave rise to or gave those platforms to Malcolm to make those legendary presentations. Malcolm's three most legendary presentations were all in Detroit and organized by the same forces for the most part. Message to the Grassroots and November 10th, 1963. The Ballad of the Bullet, April 12th, 1964 in Detroit. He also did one in Cleveland on April 3rd, 1964, right? And the last message, February 14th, 1965, literally the same day that his house was firebombed with his wife and children in tow in their home, barely facing very serious harm and potential death by a range of forces who we won't even get into at this particular moment. So there's a lot to lift up. Malcolm didn't come out of the sky, but he's told you would later hear the Black Panther Party say the sky's the limit is because they were inspired by Malcolm so much. Um, it's good to see a lot of folks. You see me wearing my scarf, Palestinian solidarity. It was Malcolm who was out in front on the question of Palestinian solidarity all before all of the so-called leaders from his turn. To be sure, Malcolm sharpened that contradiction within the civil rights movement. And it would be the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee that would follow his lead, particularly under Kwame Ture, and come out strong for Palestinian solidarity in face of the Zionism that has guided the militarism of the Israeli state. So it was just a loaded gathering. We apologize that we can't do what we originally intended to do. We look forward to trying to do that as soon as possible. Uh, to try and reach me, it's going to be difficult, other than perhaps inboxing us on our Facebook page. I do not have access to our Facebook page for reasons that are beyond my control. We will get access to it soon, and look for a whole rebranding of what we're doing with the Malcolm X Commemoration Committee. We're going to be looking for a whole new web page, board of directors, all of those things that are reflective of how some of the organizations of this particular moment do. We're hoping to bring us closer to the younger people in the Malcolm X grassroots movement chapters around the country. And we're looking to also develop a Malcolm X Human Rights Film Festival as a community tool, community organizing support tool, and as a space for community-based political education. So X's and Malcolm is the answer. We apologize again. We look forward to reconnecting with you. Pay attention to your email to stamp on what we're going to do, and soon we'll have full access to our other platforms. We hope, right? Free the land, all power of the people. X, as in Malcolm, is the answer.